Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anna of Reinforcement Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today, we're going to talk about a fight. Why a fight with your boss feels nothing like a fight with your partner. Why one hurts differently. Now, we're talking about conflicts between colleagues and the differences between having a fight with your colleagues or your boss and a fight with your romantic partner. Now, in the aspect of colleagues, it actually involves professionalism, what is expected from you, norms in the workplace, policies, and shared tasks. So that's the nature of your relationship with your colleagues. While on the other hand, your romantic partner, that's something personal, even emotional, and it involves emotional investment together, vulnerability, even shared life experiences and memories together. So it's way different. The first one, the professional relationship with your colleagues is just limited, and it actually, it has a terms and conditions. It is carefully managed. While the relationship with our romantic partner is actually deep and intense. Now, speaking about deep and intense, the one that we have with our colleagues is actually less intense. The way, but sometimes it could be stressful. Stressful in a way that you have to be professional in expressing your feelings, even though you're actually pissed off, like you want to hang the person there, but you can't. I'm just that is just my way of saying that you are. I mean, I am. Even though I'm already so angry that I want to crush this person, I can't do it. I gotta structure my communication in a way that it is acceptable for everybody. The way I express my needs, the way I single-handedly wanted to describe the problem to my colleagues if we ever have conflicts. I can't just shout. I can't just curse or even curse my colleague just like that. But in the aspect of a romantic partner, the emotional intensity is actually a bit higher, even to the highest level, especially when there is betrayal involved or rejection or abandonment, unhealed wounds that you have to express your need in a way that it's actually sometimes could be hurting. Sometimes you want to hurt your your other half. So they will feel the hurt that you have, the pain that you feel, which you cannot do in the workplace. It's another. The workplace is actually another story. And speaking about communication style, the way we express ourselves in the workplace, it has to be formal, solution oriented, filtered, to avoid HR issues, and somehow every professional, even though when they're completely pissed off, they're at the best of their ability, they want to express their intense emotion in a professional way. That is why it is called professionalism. But in the on the other hand, in the aspect of romantic partner, that is completely unfiltered. In a way, it because it is intertwined with personal history and emotional needs, unmet needs in particular. So sometimes you could say hurtful things to your romantic partner, not in a professional way, but the way you are. That is outside work. Sometimes you could curse the other half. Sometimes you could, say bad words, which could hurt the person, but you can't do, those words, cursing. You can't do it in the workplace. Only, as much as possible, we don't do it. Don't do it in romantic and towards your romantic partner and towards your colleagues. But sometimes we are who we are when we are with our special ones. Sometimes we make mistakes that we're not supposed to. but most importantly, it's important to really learn about it and resolve the issue as much as possible. Now, in terms of common conflict triggers in the in the aspect of colleagues or with the boss, so actually, the source of conflicts in the workplace is usually task-based issues. Like for example, you think the other one is lazy. She's not doing her job well. She's not looking after her assignments. She's not starting out or even doing anything about the project yet on time. So that's task-based issues, or it could be miscommunication in the workplace, competition, or role ambiguity. That sometimes when you accepted a new role, it's your first time to do that, and sometimes you get lost and you need guidance with your other colleagues, and somehow you could meet some conflicts. You could encounter conflicts with your colleagues, and that's actually the usual source of conflicts. But in terms of romantic partners with your loved ones, it actually involves emotional needs, unmet expectations, trust issues, misalignment of your vision boards, misalignment about with your goals. So that's the usual, or even like a source of conflict could be, yeah, it could be abandonment and miscommunication. It also happens with a romantic partner, and a lot, and it's unfiltered. Now, if this conflict wouldn't get a solution, via, you know, I'll be talking about conflicts with the colleagues, with our coworkers. The way we solve the fight is through managers, HRs, and it's mostly structured processes, and it is focused on compromise and professional functionality. That everything has to be based on policies, and there's a process that you have to undergo in order to resolve the conflict professionally. But when you encounter a fight with your romantic partner, it's just there's no comedy involved. It's more like of empathy and deeper dialogue about emotional needs and boundaries. And this is what they usually call as difficult conversations. Now, if the issue will not get resolved with a colleague, it usually affects the job performances, and sometimes someone will be leaving the job. But it's way too different, when the issue between romantic partners hasn't been resolved yet. Not yet. It actually, if the problem hasn't been resolved, it threatens the survival of the relationship and emotional well-being of both sides, of two people. And somehow, it could be, sometimes it could lead to resentment, if the conflict or the fight hasn't been resolved yet, no solution yet, no difficult conversation yet, or even the difficult conversation still hanging, no resolution has been made between the couples. And after you come up with a solution as a couple, you usually have, the boundaries that you have is usually shaped by mutual understanding, your agreement that, you have to, don't do this anymore. I don't want you to be treating me like this. And it also involves trust and emotional needs that both sides, the couple has to meet the standards that they've agreed together. Unlike in the office, unlike in the workplace, it's just, ethics and professionalism. And sometimes, in order to solve the problems between couples, somehow they got to be in a therapy if it's necessary. And with all these things, that is why somehow when we encounter conflicts in the workplace, it's just like, yeah, you're having a bad day. And it could last even a day or two or three or a week. Unlike if we encounter fight between our romantic partners as a couple, sometimes the hurt, the pain, and the issue will be carried in the long run for the entire time that you've been together. So that's how different it is. That's why the other one hurts. And which one is the other one? The one with the romantic partner. I know it's crazy, but yeah, that's how that's it is what it is. So I hope I shared something valuable today. And if you ever love this episode, you can share this to your family and friends. You can follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, even in X Reinforcement Club. By the way, this is Anne, your fellow positive reinforcer. I do appreciate the time and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you.